Have you ever thought about how much of your mindset truly affects your health and wellness? How it affects everything and how your day and your world gets painted, just along with your mindset. Me, Rhonda Liebig, for the Rhonda Lou Moxy show, I think about this being in the health industry for 25 plus years of learning how to live in life where I feel cohesive in everything. I blend. It feels good, even in those rough times, learning what that means and discovery of what I'm learning about myself, my truth, my reality, and how much I'm growing my heart relative to how much I used to close my heart off to so many people, so many situations, because I thought that was the safest space. So let's talk about that today because it's going to connect with our pillar that we have, which is an resilient pillar. We're going to start in on the sexy vibe today, and then each week we'll go into each one to finally get to fulfill our resilient space. And it's interesting that I'm talking about mindset and health, and really underlining the whole thing is really about sexy vibe. So let me give you the definition of what sexy vibe is, and then we'll go in and tether it with everything. Sexy really throws people off. And I know that because of my two books here that I open constantly. You can see it's all earmarked and everything else. I have sexy in both of my um, labels, like the Fit Solution, 4 Steps to a Sexy, Successful, Authentic You. I want to tell a story about that so that we can get connected with sexy and kind of clear the space here and give your definition of what you think is sexy. Because sexy can be what you think it is, but and that's if you think of it in a healthy way. It can be, and that's when it's grounded and really setting a vibe that's like undercurrent energy. It's one of your strongest energies to tap into. And with the 14 Days of Flat Belly Guide to a Vibrant, Energetic, Sexy You, I'm using sexy again. The story around my first book, I wrote that about 15 years ago, and I can remember sharing with a friend of mine what my name of my book was. And I was so excited because to me, I always got connected with this sexy vibe, this sexiness, sexy. And my friend said to me, I would not buy that book if you did not add the authentic in it because sexy is just like it totally turns me off. It's just not something that I feel comfortable with. And I was like, oh, why? And it got me to start talking about these bigger concepts that seem uncomfortable. But when something's really big and you start stepping into it and realizing the fear that you have around it, whatever fear that is, instead of running away and letting your nervous system do this and shake and bounce you out and get out and run far, that you learn to calm your nervous system, which brings us back to the beginning about your health. Let me finish this concept. You calm your nervous system so that you can grow and be with that space. Understand that this concept is going to keep coming up over and over in your life unless you step into it and you lean in, you go, what does sexy vibe mean? And you start creating a relationship to know what are the triggers around that. So I invite you into this conversation today as we go into that. Sexy vibe to me is that when you take a breath in, you really can take a breath in. You don't feel like something's stifling you, that you don't have enough oxygen, that you can't receive your oxygen, that your chest feels really tight. But you start realizing that your chest starts opening up, relaxing, and you're receiving that oxygen. And then you're getting enough oxygen. Anybody here have sleep apnea? A lot of it is because we're so used to being, part of the wall and hiding when we feel like we need to. instead of really being open and aware of everything around us and becoming more part of the environment instead of fighting it constantly. I hope I explained that right. It's more like the concept of knowing that you're going to be okay. And even better than okay if you really step into it. So the other day, and I knew I was gonna be talking about sexy vibe, I was like, where am I gonna go with this? So I thought of like, what are we thinking about in the bigger picture of our life? And how we can tether that in, like the Rhonda Lou Moxy style. Like this show is about standing into your own purpose and breathing in and reaching out to everybody saying, hey, this is who I am, and being comfortable with that. I think that's a difficult one. But once you start doing it, and I know that we talk about that every Monday to get our week kicked off with the Rhonda Lou Moxy show. If we keep stepping into this and we say our health is connected with our emotions, and when our brain is thinking the 60, 70,000 words that we say to ourselves every day, and 80% of that is known to be negative, then our emotions, our body is reacting to it, our endocrine system, our stress, our heart, our liver, like things to start getting connected because the brain is thinking concepts over and over in pictures of things that happened throughout our life that we're in fear of. And anything that connects with your fear for the day is going to bring on more and more of those 60, 70,000 words that we listen to in our mind that we really actually can't hear. So if we keep going down this route and go, here, wait, this connects with my health, and I can actually heal and relax my body if I start getting into the emotions around my life and what I'm wrapped in and the drama and the conversations I have, if I just relax and breathe and allow everybody to be, not to control, but to allow things to happen just the way they should, because that person's on their journey. That person's on their journey. This is what's happening. Except myself. Stop blaming and shaming myself. Now, the stop blaming and shaming myself really takes away that sexy vibe. Because when you have the sexy vibe, that means you're like, wow, life is incredible. I can feel it. I can feel down into my heart. It's been cracked open and really there. Really there. I'm present. Now, that's your sexy vibe. If you can carry that with you every moment of the day, which means you're learning to be in alignment with who you are, what you want out of this life, and be in truth, then nothing can go wrong because there's no wrong. All of a sudden, everything that is happening is here working for you, no matter which direction it goes, because we can't stay on the same path. And today I did a meditation, and it was my kitty cat walking down a pathway. And I'm like, that's your path. But really, George, our kitty cat, moved off the path and started going to the right. And I'm like, here, wait, George is not walking down the path, because I was setting this vision up when I was doing a meditation this morning outside. And I was like, George is going off his path. And you think about that when we are on our path, but we find other things that are part of tethering into our health and wellness, we start noticing that there's a bigger picture concept. That right now, if we talk just about health and wellness, it's not just the scale you're going to, it's not just the body measurements. It's take a step back and look at, what if I lived my life in a bigger purpose? I wouldn't be living through my taste buds, and I wouldn't be finding comfort food. I'd be finding food that healed me. I'd be finding fresh strawberries right now, which are out in the field and being picked, and we're buying them locally right here. I'd be thinking of how can I create happiness and cohesiveness in my body? And I start thinking of alkaline and how sexy vibe that can be. So, what do you think? What is it in it for you in your strategies of what you want to do? What are the goals that you want to get to and accomplish? I call this hashtag speaker locking arms. Once you really know what your vision is, you can share it. You can open up your voice. You can take that veil off and share with everyone how you truly feel. And you'll get better and better at it. More people will be listening as you get more cohesive with that. Your health is in alignment with your mindset and everything you feel. Now that's a sexy vibe. I hope this helped you because we're going to rock it this week. Rhonda Lou Moxy show. We're going to moxie it up. We're going to get tenacious and we're going to build our resilient space in the 4 steps to get to resilient. So today we talked about sexy vibe. We have confusion. That's going to be an interesting one. Roar. This is rebalance organs and revive, but it's also roaring. And then we also have crazy. How can crazy and confusion fit in with being resilient? Well, I can't wait to talk to you more about this. I love you so much. Love you. Keep yourself going in the strongest way. Find where your sexy vibe is, where your energy is, which way you're going. Listen to your downloads. Be quiet in the mind so you can feel it. I love you. Keep your sexy vibe going. Connect with everything is okay. Get into that mindset flow. Know that the back end of your mind is doing the 80% negative, but we're breaking those synapses in the brains, which is part of the epigenetics. And epigenetics shares you do not have to be part of your genes, but we really need to change and update the mindset. I love you. Namaste. Catch up with you next Monday.